Good evening. Tonight is Wednesday, December the 3rd, 2025. Time is 6:42. We'll call this meeting of the Westport School Committee to order. Pursuant to Governor Healy's approved legislation H62, a bill extending authorization for all local boards and committees to hold public meetings remotely or in a hybrid format, extended timeline, amending Section 30A of Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, most recently amended by Section 40 of Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, and replacing the current expiration date of March 31st, 2025 with June 30th, 2027. Therefore, this meeting of the Westport School Committee is being conducted via remote participation. I would ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for joining us this evening. I'll now offer a moment for comments and statements from the public. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak? Hearing none, we'll move on to the first item in our informational agenda, which would be the superintendent report. Dr. Roy.
Yes, thank you. We don't have our student representatives today to give the usual update, but I do want to point out that it's a busy weekend here. We have the 11th annual West Mac PTO Holiday Fair, and we also have the production of The Little Mermaid. So please come out and support, and it'll be a nice time. I'm very excited about it. I also wanted to, just a couple updates from the schools. I was at a Westport Elementary School today where I see that the student council elections are about to take place, and I was very impressed with the elementary students and their advocacy for themselves and what they can do for our school community. I also today was able to see, I believe it's our first ever volunteer fair here at the high school. We had quite a few vendors, and the high school kids were walking around signing up to get their volunteer hours. It was nice to see these strong lines, like the United Way was present. There were some other community partners that were present, but it's good to always see that outside-inside community partnership. And that's it.
Excellent. Any questions or comments from members of the committee? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the next item, which is the business manager's report. Ms. Raposa.
Yes, so we are currently having ongoing budget work sessions. We have another one in a couple of weeks, and then we start again in January, and we'll be presenting to FinCom, I believe it's February 2nd. So we have a lot of work to do to get this rolled up and finished. On another positive note, so at the elementary school and the middle school, we received a parent email today, and I'm going to just read it briefly to you. Dear Dr. Roy, I have a daughter at the middle school in 5th grade and one at the elementary school in 2nd. I wanted to write to encourage the administration to honor the nutrition services department at both schools. The food items offered to the students are absolutely fantastic, homemade, a lot of local sourcing. I have friends with children in other districts who have expressed how Westport is far exceeding other school standards with its breakfasts and lunches. So we appreciate some good news for change when it comes to this, and nice to have a parent reach out to our, all of our schools try to do the best they can. Middle school, high school sometimes has a little bit more of a struggle because of the timing for the students eating lunches and how many students are getting lunch in a very short period of time. They have 25 minutes from the time they walk into the door till eating and finishing. So, sometimes that school probably is a little more like fast food restaurant for the speed of it all, but for the most part, we're proud of the food service staff at all three of our schools that continuously work hard to provide the best meals that we can for the students. And that's all for me.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Bob. Any questions, comments from the committee?
Nice job.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thank you very much, and very, very good to hear the feedback there. So the next item on the informational agenda is the curriculum director report. Ms. Hargraves.
I don't have anything to report at this time.
you very much. The next item is committee liaison reports. I'll start.
Gold star tonight.
Chico,
Gold star.
on your end.
Nothing new. I do have a cable advisory committee meeting on Tuesday the 9th. So I'll have a report for our next meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Sanders.
Nothing to report.
Mr. Melnick.
Nothing at this time.
And Mr. Gendro.
No updates since our meeting on the 20th.
All right, thank you very much. And the only update I have is that the CIPC will be meeting on the 10th next week. And I'll certainly report back to the committee the goings on for that meeting as well. So, all right, with that, we'll move on to the next item, which is to acknowledge the Westport Community Schools bill warrant dated November 28th, 2025, in the amount of $795,471.09. Any questions, comments from the committee on that bill warrant? All right, hearing none, we shall now proceed to the next item, which is a discussion of school improvement plans. So we'll start out here with the MACUMBR. And I believe Ms. Duquette is joining us.
Yes, she is. She's here.
She doesn't look there, though.
Who's going first?
Stacy, she's right in the
She's
corner
next
there.
to Laura, but I don't see her face.
She's frozen.
So we might jump to. Do you want to do Wes and then go back to Stacy?
Sure.
You ready? Sure.
Come on over here, Robin.
Hop along, Casty. Keep it short. They like that. No.
Try to move any roadblocks for you.
Okay, I am on now.
Oh,
Well, we already got set up with Robin.
already got, yes. Hold on.
You're going to go.
Go ahead. You can go.
So, the West School Improvement Plan, for the West, our very first goal is in teaching and learning in ELA. By June 2026, 100% of our students in grades 1 through 4 will demonstrate growth in reading proficiency with at least 80% meeting or exceeding grade level benchmarks as measured by our DIBELS assessment. The next goal would be in math. By June 2026, West will implement a comprehensive math intervention model across all grade levels. Success will be evidenced by a documented intervention schedule, staff assignments, and pre- and post-assessments data showing measurable improvement in math achievement scores for students identifying as needing support. The next goal would be data-driven decision-making. We'll be, by the end of the school year, we'll have a fully functional data team. Will be established and meet monthly to analyze students' performance data and inform instructional decisions. And then the last goal is our Tier 1 instruction. By the end of the school year, West will improve the quality and effectiveness of Tier 1 instruction to ensure at least 80% of the students meet or exceed grade level proficiency in reading and math as measured by the state and district benchmark assessments. That's it for me.
All right. Excellent. Do we have any comments or questions from the committee at this time?
No, I would just like to point out, and maybe Ms. Hargraves can point out as well, that how hard the staff at West is working on the literacy piece, with the interventions, with the schedules, with new learning. I have to say I'm really impressed about the dedication to these goals, especially around literacy, and the work that everyone's trying to do. So I want to thank the staff for that.
Thank you. I'll let them know. Thanks.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you very much, Holly. Any other questions, concerns from the committee at this time? All right. With that, we'll go back to the MACUMBR. Mr. Kent, are you available now?
Yes, I'm very sorry. I'm at my daughter's
no worries.
baseball.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you.
Case High School's behind me. All right, so, good evening, everyone. The Macomber School Improvement Plan was created with the goals that students will show measurable growth in early literacy. Our actions towards that will be evidence-based literacy instruction, focusing on phonemic awareness, vocabulary, comprehension. We're going to use universal screeners such as DIBELS with beginning, middle, and end year benchmarks. We're doing progress monitoring throughout. We do have small group interventions within the classroom and out. And our professional development that Ms. Hargraves is providing and working on with us will also complement those areas of phonics, decoding, vocab, comprehension, and bringing new programs in for us. That's our first goal. Our second goal revolves around early numeracy in math. We'd like to strengthen early numeracy instruction and interventions. We currently implement math routines through our iReady program. We focus on number sense, patterns, operations. Our students use some technology within that, within the ST Math program. We do also do a small group interventions. Those are all within the classroom, provided by teaching assistants as well as our teaching staff. We also, again, look to our professional development so that another thing that Ms. Hargraves and Dr. Roy are working on our curriculum teams, both in early literacy, in our ELA programs and math, so that'll look towards vertical alignment, which hopefully that will help us strengthen our program so that we can, strengthen students' foundation for moving on. Any questions so far? Our third goal is around safety and security. We're reviewing and enhancing our safety plans and security plans. We're looking at our emergency procedures, working with the Westport Police Department, our SRO, and district staff. We're strengthening our security measures, looking at, we currently use the Raptor visitor system. We do door checks. Our camera updates has been a huge bonus, and we're getting some more cameras. That's already in process, so that is helpful and already working towards this goal. We are participating in fire drills as well as ALICE drills and taking in feedback from staff as well as the Westport Police Department. We communicate to families how those drills go. We're talking to staff as well as the students on what they think they prefer. ALICE drills, I will let you know that. There's no fire alarm, so they do enjoy that versus having the fire alarm and it be loud. But they've done excellent in all our drills, so has been wonderful. Our fourth goal is around family and community partnerships. We'd like to strengthen our family and community partnerships by looking towards our website updates, our social media. Every classroom either uses Dojo, Bloom's, or the Remind app. We use different modes. We are using emails. We're using one call, text. We had a bump in the road at the beginning of the year. Our communication wasn't going out, but we've worked with our tech team, and it's been much more positive, so that has been helpful. But we've been trying to use different modalities because just in the busy, everyone's life, they depends on checking emails, not checking emails, or as well as even having a home phone to leave a recording or not. So we'd like to create volunteer opportunities for families and community members. We're focusing that on New Year, but we have different ideas for our volunteers as well as community members, but of course, we need to make sure that they have query checks and fingerprints, so we haven't focused on that in the fall. And of course, we want the kids to get in routine, so we have waited to bring in the volume that we would hope to have. We're building partnerships with local organizations to support students and families' needs. Most recently, the La France Hospitality has been a big benefactor in helping provide supplies to our school, providing support for teachers. We work hand in hand with the United Way, the Watershed Alliance, our PTO, the WEF group, and many other groups. So I think we're on our way for that too. Any questions?
Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Duquette. Any questions from the committee?
None, thank you.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you very much for presenting this. And with that, I think we'll move on to the middle high school.
Wonderful. Good evening, everybody. So this year's school improvement plan was designed around the 4 priority areas that NEASC identified for Westport Middle High School at our collaborative conference 2 years ago. So those 4 priority areas were written curriculum development, vision of the graduate implementation, intervention and support systems, and active learning and student agency. So priority areas 1, 2, and 4 are addressed by goal number 1, which is that the school will complete a written curriculum in a consistent format for all courses in all departments that includes units of study with guiding essential questions, concepts, content, skills, instructional strategies, and assessment practices that integrate the school's vision of the graduate. The third priority area, which is interventions and supports for our students, is addressed in goal number 2, which is that the school will provide a range of timely, coordinated, and directive intervention strategies that meet the academic, social, and emotional needs of all students and create a formal, defined process to identify and refer students who need additional assistance. I feel very proud that we have already made progress towards both of these goals, and I hope that that will be evident when NEASC arrives for our decennial visit this coming Monday. They will be joining us Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, and they will be looking at all 4 of our priority areas and how we have made progress on those in the past 2 years. Happy to take any questions anybody might have.
Excellent. Commissioner, I do have just one quick question. So the first goal surrounding the building of a complete written curriculum, that is no small task. That one goal would probably be enough. I am curious, are things on track in terms of identifying the curriculum department curriculum teams?
Absolutely. So we are very fortunate with the change of schedule that we had a couple of years ago to be able to have common planning time for all of our staff. So a lot of this curriculum work is taking place during the designated common planning time. I'm very confident that all of our core classes have a solid written curriculum, and we are slowly working on finalizing our elective classes, especially those courses which are new to us this year, such as entrepreneurship, technical writing, communication studies. The one piece in goal 1 that we need to continue to focus on is implementing the vision of the graduate and how we're going to be assessing that our students are meeting the elements of the vision of the graduate.
Indeed, excellent. I know Whitman will speak to a little bit of that here in a few minutes as well. So, all right, excellent. Thank you, Ms. Red. Any other comments, questions from members of the committee? All right, hearing none, I would like to thank all of our building leaders for joining us this evening to go over these. And at this time, I believe we can move on to our next Actually, if, with the indulgence of the committee, I was wondering, can we just go ahead and, while we have Ms. Charette right here, we just go, we'll come back to item G and just go straight to item H, which is the competency determination policy, second reading. So, Ms. Charette, was there anything additional you'd like to address, especially considering the governor's release of certain graduation ideals, I guess, going forward?
Yeah, so I did see that Governor Haley had held some sort of press conference yesterday at Dedham High School, and so we'll be awaiting more information as it becomes available in regards to what that's going to look like. But I know a couple of weeks ago when I spoke in front of the committee about the competency determinations, that was a lot of information and a lot of heavy information. So tonight I am more than happy to just answer any questions or address any concerns with the policy.
Thank you. And just, so I guess, just to reiterate what I had mentioned last time as well, is that should change need to be implemented, we certainly have the ability to alter this policy on the fly, so to speak. But it is necessary, even despite the governor's just releasing this. This is still something that the committee needs to act on in time for a DESE deadline of the first of next year. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And I just, Mr. Chair, if I could, so as part of that, the release that was done by DESE, the Statewide Graduation Council, so that report, which was released on Monday the 1st, is 108 pages in length. So, you know, I'm sure working with DESE and the preliminary guidance that was given, we're probably there, but I haven't had enough time to go through it to see if, you know, I'm assuming that everything lines up, but, you know, I'm not aware of any significant changes that were done from the initial guidance from DESE, but
Right.
I just wanted to note that there was a lengthy accompanying document to that as well.
And if I could just add to that, I was on a Zoom meeting today with the commissioner and the Secretary of Education on this. This is their timeline. This is just their interim report. Their timeline for a final report isn't till June of 2026. So they have a lot of work to do yet. On those initial requirements. And yeah, there's I did read almost all 108 pages. And there's an overlap with the work that we're already doing, but this will take a while. So for now, what you're approving tonight is the competency determination as it stands now, because we won't even be getting into something from DESE until a minimum over the summer.
Thank you for that, Dr.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Ruff, for that clarification. Any other comments, questions from the committee at this time on the competency determination policy?
I thought the the original draft was really good, well thought out and well done. Looking forward to diving a little bit deeper and seeing more so what some of the individual requirements will be in the different subjects and in your core classes and things like that. And just hoping for some alignment there, amongst departments or how we're going to do things, which I'm sure will come down the road. So, job well done on it.
Yes, thank you, Mr. and everyone who's worked on this. I mean, as I mentioned before, a lot of this was happening in a vacuum, but I know that a lot of districts have been speaking amongst one another to try and find the best path forward here. I would also like to encourage you and everyone involved to potentially update the committee as time goes on, especially when it comes to how the reception is for the alternative pathways. That in particular, I think, is something that bears watching to see how it is working and whether adjustments need to be made. But again, I commend all the work that's been done on this side from starting from scratch basically with no guidance to, a trickle of guidance coming in. This is a very impressive product. So thank you very much for all the work. At this time, unless there are any other comments and statements from the committee, I would entertain a motion out of order to act on the competency determination policy.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. If there's no further discussion, we'll take a roll call vote. Mr. Gendro.
Ivan Gendro.
Aye, Jason Pacheco.
Aye, Caitlin Sampers.
Aye, Fred Melnick.
And I, Christopher Thrasher. Thank you all once again. And we'll move now to career technical education policy. Ms. Charette, once again, you're up. And again, this is the second week. We discussed this at length at our last meeting. But Ms. Charette, if you have anything to add, or please feel free.
Yep, the only thing that I have to add is that a quick reminder that next Wednesday, December 10th, is when our students are going to be transported over to Diamond to get a tour of their facilities for those that have signed up. And then we're continuing to push into our middle school classes, our upper middle school classes, to talk more and more about the offerings of Westport High School. And we are continuing with those shadow opportunities for our kiddos to go over from the middle school to the high school.
Thank you. And again, I will mention that most of what is contained in this policy are things that have been done for many years prior, as far as the efforts to drive students to technical education, including at Westport High School. With the added bonus of now the vocational schools are paying for the transportation for business, so that's always nice. But I again appreciate the work that has gone into this particular policy, and I will ask if there are any other comments and statements from the committee at this time. Hearing none, with the indulgence of the committee, I'll entertain a motion out of order to review and act on the career technical education policy.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second. We'll take a roll call vote. Mr. Gendro, start us off, please.
Ivan Gendro.
Aye, Jason Pacheco.
Aye, Caitlin Sampers.
Aye, Fred Melnick.
And I, Christopher Thrasher. All right, thank you again, Ms. Charette.
Thank you, everybody. Great to see you all. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much. The next item on our agenda, I'm going to go back to item G, which is the acknowledgement of the South Coast Educational Collaborative first quarter report. Dr. Roy?
Yes. As the superintendent of Westport, I am on the board of the South Coast Educational Collaborative, and officially we need to read the this first quarter just minutes into the record. It's just really informational purposes, but it does officially need to be read into the record.
Excellent. Any comments, statements from the committee? Any questions?
None.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Roy. We'll move on to the next item, down to item J. It's the acknowledgement of a signed MOA with the Westport Federation of Teachers. This MOA dealing with clubs has been approved, and we're acknowledging the approval of this MOA that details some items regarding clubs at the various schools within the district. So, any comments, statements from the committee on this agenda item? None. We'll move on to the acknowledgement of a Westport Educational Foundation grant in the amount of $3,670.13 for Westport's Middle High School's engineering teacher. Any comments, statements on this?
Thank you to the Education Foundation for their support.
Yes. My child is in this class.
Thank you as well. Most appreciated. So with that, we will move now to our action agenda. We have acted on items A and B. We'll now entertain item C, which is to review and act on the regular school committee meeting minutes for Thursday, November 20th, and school committee budget work session for Thursday, November 20th, 2025.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We'll take a roll call vote. Mr. Gentile.
Aye, Ivan Gendro.
Aye, Jason Pacheco.
Aye, Caitlin Sampers.
Aye, Fred Melnick.
And I, Christopher Thrasher, those minutes are approved. Our next item is to review and act on field trip for the Westport High School 11th grade to the Newport Mansions on December the 19th, 2025. Any questions, comments from the committee on that particular trip? Seeing that the request here is in order, I would entertain a motion to approve the trip.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. We'll take a roll call vote. Mr. Gentile.
Aye, Ivan Gendro.
Aye, Jason Pacheco.
Aye, Caitlin Sampers.
Aye, Fred Melnick.
And I, Mr. Thrasher. Thank you. We'll move on to routine matters, correspondence, and notices. I have none. At this time, I'd also like to. Go. I'm sorry. I thought I heard. Does someone have any correspondence and notices?
No.
All right. Hearing none, we'll move on to the discussion of future agenda items. If any school committee members would like to mention any agenda items at this time, please feel free. All right, hearing none, of course, at any time, please feel free to reach out to me with agenda items for our next meeting. Topics the chair could not reasonably anticipate 48 hours in advance. I have none. Leaving us with, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. We'll take a roll call vote. Mr. Gentile.
Aye, Ivan Gendro.
Aye, Jason Pacheco.
Aye, Caitlin Sampers.
Aye, Fred Melnick.
And I, Christopher Thrasher. We are adjourned at 7:14. Thank you all very much.